We're in Mie Prefecture, in the middle of Japan, and we're here to explore a very special part of Japan called IseShima, which is home to one of Japan's most sacred shrines. IseShima is actually a really popular travel destination with Japanese tourists, but it doesn't seem to have been discovered by international tourists yet. But if you're into exploring outside of Japanese cities, this place has it all. History, beautiful nature, delicious food, and the countryside hospitality. So we're going to spend the next couple of days seeing what IseShima has to offer. Let's go. IseShima is an area of Mie Prefecture that encompasses the inland area of Ise, Toba, and the Shima Peninsula. My husband Kei, who's behind the camera, he grew up in Japan and he's been wanting to bring me here for ages. So when we were offered the chance to come here, he was over the moon. We've come here with Kintetsu Railway, which is a Japanese rail company, using something called the Kintetsu Rail Pass. We've never used it before, but we use it to get here from Osaka, and we're going to put it to the test to see if it can get us to all the destinations we want to visit while we're here in IseShima, and maybe help you decide if it's worth it for your trip. IseShima can be accessed by Kintetsu Railway from Osaka, Kyoto, and Nagoya, and the whole area we're going to be exploring is covered by the Kintetsu Rail Pass. Specifically, we're traveling with the 5-day plus pass. This means we'll also have free access to the buses here, which turned out to be very helpful. It lasts for 5 consecutive days, so apart from the 2 days we're spending in IseShima, we could use the remaining days to explore Nagoya, Nara, Osaka, and parts of Kyoto. The rail pass itself was really easy to use. We activated it on the phone and then we just scanned the QR code at the ticket gate, but there's a few caveats to note. The Japanese train network system is made up of a number of different railway companies, for example, one of them being JR, which you might have heard of as it includes the bullet train. The Kintetsu Rail Pass only covers trains on the Kintetsu Railway and their buses if you're using the 5-day plus pass. So for example, it can get you to downtown Osaka, but not north of there, and all the way to Kyoto Station, but not north of there either. So this is a really good pass if you want to explore deeper into the Kansai area, which I'd argue is one of the coolest areas of Japan, to places like Fushimi, Nara, or Mount Yoshino and all its glory. The other thing to note is that Kintetsu Limited Express trains require an extra ticket on top of the base fare included in the rail pass. This can be a bit complicated to understand at first, so I'll go into that as we go through the video. IseShima is best known as the home of Japan's most important Shinto shrine. And to get there, we have to pass through Oharai-machi, home to the famous Okage Yokocho. There's just one part I wasn't ready for. If this is the first of my videos you're watching, let me tell you, I don't like crowds. The idea of an alley filled with street food sounded good in theory, but upon seeing this, I had to resist the instinct to run away in the opposite direction. I think Kay saw my face and made the wise decision to start by taking me to get some coffee. Starbucks is not normally my first choice of coffee, unless it looks like this. Are you kidding me? That's what I'm talking about. The Starbucks is in a machiya, or a traditional Japanese building. We're on the 2nd floor and we've got this insane view of Okage Yokocho and all the preserved houses and street food stores. It's a really nice view to enjoy our coffee with. Yeah, what are you excited about eating? I want to try ise udon and the red mochi, akafuku.
Akafuku.
I'll try that. Okage Yokocho, located in the middle of Oharai-machi, is a traditional style street leading to Ise's inner shrine, full of souvenir shops and street food stalls. Pilgrims have been passing through this area on their way to Ise Jingu for centuries, and so this street was designed to recreate what the journey might have felt like in Edo period Japan. Is that an ATM? That's crazy. More or less. There's a lot of shops, so but good. A few famous local foods stand out that we had to try. We're currently in line to try an Ise specialty called ise udon. So it's like a type of udon, but a little bit different. That is so different to like regular udon. The sauce looks like it's really dark and gonna be really salty, but the flavor is actually really mild. The noodles are super like mochi, almost. It's like so soft and chewy.
なんか一説によると江戸時代にすごい人が参拝に来た時に遠くから来た人をわざわざ待たせないように常に湯がいてる状態にしてっていうのでこう 伊勢うどんっていうのはボイルしきった状態になってる。
It's not bad, but it's not my choice, let's just say.
これはうどんじゃねえっていう、こう結構日本人の中でも賛否両論ある。
We just got the plain one with just the noodles and the sauce, so maybe it's better if you add stuff like an egg or beef. Yeah.
Next up was Matsusaka beef, which is one of the most famous and expensive types of Wagyu in Japan, and it's raised here in Mie Prefecture.
Matsusaka beef sushi. Yum!
Apparently the sirloin piece is the most popular, but we went with the thigh cut, and honestly, great decision.
並びましょうか。
そうだね。
これも早いと思う。
There was one more specialty food we had to tick off, but we got a little bit distracted by some of the other things that caught our eye.
That one's minced. So.
これはコロッケだな。
Nothing extraordinary.
クリームは初めて。和牛クリーム。
Wagyu cream. Okay. That's the best one.
マジで。
This is what everyone's lining up for sure. Oh, these are so pretty.
いくらですか。
Someone.
あ、まあ席ある。おお。店抹茶だ。 どっちがピスタチオでどっちが伊勢茶かわからない。
This one's pistachio. I'm not gonna lie, I've never understood the appeal of wrapping the ice cream in mochi. I know you love it, but just give me ice cream.
Akafuku, which literally translates to red happiness, was the last local food on our hit list. It's mochi, covered in a sweet red bean paste.
I reckon if you like red bean paste, you like this.
And it's served with tea in this beautiful tea house overlooking the Misuzu River.
Like, look at this. I could be in Edo period Japan. It's crazy.
Between all the delicious snacks and gorgeous buildings, I had completely forgotten about the crowds. With full bellies, it was time to head to Jingu. But first, there was something, or someone, I wanted to see. Okage Yokocho is full of cat statues and maneki neko, which are lucky cats that bring wealth and good fortune. I don't know why there were so many cat statues, but it was such a vibe.
Yeah.
There was one big guy that I was looking forward to seeing, but unfortunately he was
Toming. Aww. I wanted to see him. Oh well. This is Ise Grand Shrine, or Ise Jingu. It consists of many shrines, but the most important ones are the inner shrine, or Naiku, which we are in front of now, and an outer shrine, which is actually right next to our hotel and Iseshi station. The correct order is apparently to do the outer shrine and then come to the inner shrine, and we actually did the outer shrine this morning before coming here, so now we're about to head in here. But this is one of Japan's most sacred sites, and it's been a place of pilgrimage for a very, very long time. So I'm a little bit nervous, but let's go check it out.
What makes this Japan's most sacred shrine? And is it okay for me, someone that didn't grow up with Shinto, to visit such a sacred place? These are the questions I had as I sat on the bus to the inner shrine. The outer and inner shrines are not exactly close to each other, but there are many buses running between them, from both the front of the outer shrine and from Iseshi station.
We're about to hop on the bus to Ise Jingu Inner Shrine. With the Kintetsu Rail Pass 5-day plus plan, we can ride the buses for free. So we're going to be using these buses to get around to everywhere we want to go today.
Just like with the trains, your phone is your ticket, except for the buses, the ticket is a picture of the bus, rather than a QR code.
I just had to flash the pass at the driver and he was like, yeah, come on board. So easy. But there's no English. Oh, actually no, there is English at the front, so we can see what stop we need to get off at. But it should be the same as everyone else.
There's a few specific rules to remember when visiting
これ
Ise-Jingu,
右側つい
like walking on the right-hand side at the inner shrine, but on the left-hand side at the outer shrine. And avoiding walking in the middle of the path, as this is reserved for the kami-sama, or deity.
This spot here kind of reminds me of Meiji Jingu in Tokyo.
伊勢神宮の本名を知ってる神宮名前はもともとここ
Oh, and then they made Meiji Jingu.
ちょっとどっちかわからんときは伊勢の神宮まずは人間はクソ汚いということでここできれいにします、はい、
This is called temizu. You might have seen it at other shrines too. It's less about hygiene per se and more about purification or cleansing. And there's a specific way to do
右
it.
手で取って水をすくって左手はい持ち替えて右手そして次は口をゆすぎますで次は持っているところを洗います
This shrine is at least 1,300 years old. And before the modern version was created, the purification was done at the river running along the shrine here, called Isuzugawa. But what makes this shrine so important? Well, for starters, the most important kami in Shinto mythology, Amaterasu Oomikami, the sun goddess, is enshrined here. It is said that the Japanese imperial family are her descendants. But this is not the only thing that makes this place special.
The buildings here at Ise-Jingu are built in a style called Shimmezukuri, which is one of Japan's oldest architectural styles. It's a very minimalistic design and it's all made using Japanese cypress or hinoki.
Every 20 years, these buildings and shrine structures are completely taken apart and then rebuilt. This practice is called Shikinen Sengu. It's a ceremony that has continued for pretty much as long as the shrine has. There's no photography allowed within the main sanctuary, but this visual at the outer shrine with the empty plot of land on the right shows you where the next shrine will be rebuilt. They rotate between these two plots of land. This practice symbolizes purity, impermanence, and continuity, as this ancient style of carpentry gets passed down from generation to generation. The next ceremony is scheduled to happen in 2033.
Look at the size of this tree. It's huge.
These trees on the grounds are sacred, and they are not used for the rebuilding of the shrines. I do wonder how old they are.
It's the same! This is the inner shrine and the outer shrine.
ここだけが違う Inside, outside
But honestly, this kind of matches the like minimalist, simple aesthetic of the shrine.
まああとお守りなんか買おうか
Yeah, let's do it.
めっちゃ効きそうやろここ
Yeah.
For a lot of people in Japan, this is a place they want to visit at least once in their lifetime. But you don't have to necessarily identify as a Shinto believer to visit Ise-Jingu and appreciate the beauty and history of this place. People from any religious or cultural background are welcome to visit.
This is my omamori. This is for good health, and this is to avoid bad luck.
マッチングカワーかわいい
かわいいね。
裏はどのデザイン
裏は
こう内空と書いてる
書いてる。So this behind me is called shogu, and from here on you can't take any photos. There's no signs in any other languages except Japanese, so it's a bit confusing, but anything up to the steps you can take a photo, but once you get on the steps or further, you're not allowed to take any more photos, so just be careful.
Shogu is the most sacred building where Amaterasu Oomikami is enshrined. We paid our respects and headed back.
So we're going to go to the Wedded rocks now, and from the inner shrine here at Ise-Jingu, it's just the one bus, the Kan bus, that takes us there, no transfers, and that one's included in the Kintetsu Rail Pass as well, in the 5-day plus plan. We've arrived at Meoto Iwa, or the Wedded rocks that you can see behind me. The larger one represents the man and the smaller one represents the woman. And you can see there's a rope in between them, which signifies their sacred bond and kind of represents that it's a holy site. It's pretty size accurate for us, actually.
どっちがどっち
You're the huge one.
?U でしょ
Excuse me?
あれは形じゃなくてイーゴの大きさを表してるメオトロック
Apparently on a clear day you can see Mount Fuji back here somewhere, and depending on the time of the year the sun rises between these two rocks. How cool is that?
あ、 目手羽の横がカエル岩なんやって。
確かに。He does look a bit like a frog.
The word for frog in Japanese is kaeru, and kaeru also means to return. The shrine here at the Wedded Rocks is dedicated to the deity of travel and safe passage, and the frogs here symbolize a safe return home for travelers.
このカエルにあなたの願いをかけてください。
We're staying at a hotel called N Hotel Ise, just a 4-minute walk from Iseshi Station.
This is our room.
It's nothing too fancy, just a pretty standard hotel, but we chose this location because Iseshi Station seems to be this central hub for all the trains and buses we need to take to get around. And we got a room on the top floor with a pretty cool view.
The local staff recommendation, so you have to scan the QR code like this. Whoa! 19 places.
Oh wow.
Misuzu Gyoza. It looks like Italian. Kitchen cook. Ramen.
A lot of the staff recommendations were in a place called Ise Market, so that's where we went. It's a covered little alleyway full of hole-in-the-wall izakayas, and we chose this place because we saw it served local matsusaka beef, which Kate obviously wanted to eat, and it seemed like it had a cool vibe from the outside. Inside, it had a very local izakaya atmosphere with only counter seats, fitting maybe about 6 people. It was small but very welcoming. We got a lot of matsusaka beef skewers, as well as some other things. Kay's favourite was this beef don, which they char grilled right in front of us. My favourite was something called gukba, which I think is a Korean soupy rice thing. It was not that spicy, I just got caught a little off guard.
That's that viral Korean peach ice cream. I didn't know they had a strawberry one. And there's an acai crepe. I'm getting all kinds of other stuff.
Strawberries, covered in white chocolate and milk chocolate. And what are you getting?
Milk chocolate.
And?
Acai bowl.
Nice.
探さない関係アイスクリームベルギーチョコベルギーチョコベルギーチョコ
Good morning. Today we're on our way to Yokoyama Observatory. If you can time it well in the morning, you can get here from Iseshi Station in about an hour. We kind of f***ed it up, but we got there in the end.
Today is a bit more advanced because we're going deeper into the Japanese countryside, so I'll share our tips and learnings for anyone interested in visiting these places. If you can time it, get one of the few morning express trains from Iseshi or Toba Station. It might be a bit busier, but it will get you there in about an hour. Otherwise, you can take a local train or pay for a limited express ticket. This was our first mistake. We were enjoying the buffet breakfast at our hotel for a little too long and missed the morning express trains.
There's only a few expresses and the rest are local. These are the London Express, there's heaps of them.
This is where things get a little confusing. The Kintetsu Railway has something called a limited express train, which is different from the regular express train, and these require an additional ticket on top of the Kintetsu Rail Pass.
So this here, you can see on the right, is what a local train looks like, and this is an example of a limited express train. They look a little bit different. When you open it up, you can generally see this Kintetsu Shima line is a local. If it says local or express, that's covered by the rail pass. But if it says limited express, like this one, you're going to need to purchase a separate ticket. And you can purchase them at the station as well as online, but just be aware before you board it.
We decided we didn't want to pay the extra fare and took the local train. On Google Maps, it looked like it would only be about 15 minutes slower than the Limited Express, but I didn't take into account the fact that we were in the countryside and we ended up having to wait about 30 minutes for a transfer at one of the stations. If you're not in a rush and you're happy to sit on a local train, do that. Otherwise, honestly, I reckon it's worth to just bite the bullet and pay the extra 500 yen to take the Limited Express. We also took the Limited Express to get to IseShima from Osaka. It's just easier, you don't have to worry about about local transfers, and you'll at least be comfortable for the longer ride. I really like this map. It shows you how much each limited express ticket is by area. Super helpful. Okay, the next mistake was not entirely our fault. Google Maps told us we needed to get off at Shima Yokoyama Station and then take a taxi. So we got off at Shima Yokoyama Station. But there was not a single taxi or person in sight. Not only that, we didn't have anywhere to touch off our pass. It was a completely unmanned station. Turns out the Yokoyama Viewpoint website actually advises to get off at the next stop, Ugata Station, and take a taxi from there. So, hot tip, don't rely on Google Maps for this one. Get off at Ugata Station, which is also a stop on the Limited Express, by the way. But if you do happen to get off at an unmanned train station, just tell the staff at the next station you get to and they'll be able to fix you up. Another hot tip, swing by the Ugata Station Information Center. If you tell the staff you're heading to Yokoyama Viewpoint, they may or may not be able to provide you with a taxi voucher for a discounted fare. It's only a 5-minute ride, but it's worth swinging by and trying your luck. So, in summary, this is the trip that I recommend to get to Yokoyama Viewpoint.
We've made it to Yokoyama Viewpoint, which has got these beautiful panoramic views of Ago Bay. It's a very unique view because you've got these little islands scattered along the coastline, so the way the water flows in between them just gives a really cool landscape. Apparently it's really beautiful here on a clear day, but I don't know, this looks pretty cool too. There's a few other observatories around here, and apparently from one of them you can see all the way to Mount Fuji on a clear day, which is pretty far for context. So that's pretty cool. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it today, but we'll go check it out. There's also a cafe just here at the observatory. We've timed it really well, and we've come while it's under construction, so it's completely covered, but it's still open, so we'll go check it out after this. Maybe grab a coffee. Hi. Hi. This is the shiso soda. I think this will divide people. IseShima donut. Seaweed. I don't hate it. Oh, whoa. This one's even closer. No Mount Fuji today.
You could walk back down to Ugata Station, but the taxi vouchers can also be used for the return trip. The pamphlet we got had a QR code that we filled out in English to order a taxi to come pick us up. But big disclaimer here, the amount of available taxis and how long you have to wait for one varies greatly. We ended up waiting for nearly an hour for our taxi to get back to the station. So I wouldn't recommend having something reserved right after this, just in case you end up waiting longer than expected.
We've just arrived at Toba Station and we're going to be taking a shuttle bus from here to our next destination. You can take the bus, it's included with the Kintetsu Rail Pass 5-day plus, but they also have a shuttle in the middle of the day, so that's the one we're going to try and find now. Konnichiwa.
We're on our way to one of the most unique cultural experiences in Mie Prefecture. It's at an ama hut or amagoya, a small seaside hut to have lunch with amasan. Amasan are traditional Japanese divers that collected seafood by free diving without any scuba gear, and historically, most amasan are women. They dive for things like abalone, clams, seaweed, and Japanese lobster, and today they'll be cooking it over a charcoal hearth or kamado for us to eat.
私が一番年長でね、
あ、そうなんですね。
この海小屋を始めたな。
はい。
玲子と申します。
玲子さん、よろしくお願いします。
94歳。
94歳。
80歳まで戻ってるね。
The ama culture has been passed down for over 1,000 years, but the number of amasan are declining. So it was a fascinating and rare opportunity to hear their stories and learn about their life and work.
これがね、潜る時のお守りなの。海に入る時だけこれかぶる。
Whoa, that's a huge upload.
これがめっちゃ人気。
I can see why.
There are 3 different courses you can choose from. We went with the standard set. Apart from the food, there was also a short presentation, and the Amma-san demonstrated their local dance. The food was so fresh and delicious, but the highlight for me was getting to sit with the Amma divers and hear their stories. I do think this is an experience you'll get the most out of if you speak some Japanese. There is an interpreter available, but since there's only one person helping multiple groups, you may not always get as much translated conversation time as you'd like. It's also quite deep in the countryside, so if you do plan to go, just make sure you've either booked the shuttle or you're on top of the local bus schedule. As always, I try to share both my highlights and the practical things to know, so I hope this helps you decide whether this experience is right for you. And also for an extra 500 yen, you can try on their Amma dress too. That was super fun. This ended up spontaneously being one of the best parts of the trip. Just before heading home, we swung by this gyoza place right outside Iseshi station. It's a bit humid. We walked in and we were greeted with 100% humidity. There's only like 8 seats, which were all full, so we had standing seats. We loved it.
The gyoza is so fresh. It's literally went from there to here in like 10 minutes.
The gyoza were handmade right in front of us. Gyoza are quite labor intensive, so they're normally prepped beforehand and frozen. So as a chef, this blew Kay's mind. We also got oden, some fried chicken, and side dishes. Everything was great. I got a whole deep fried chicken wing, and the side dishes had a really gentle flavor to balance out the heaviness of the gyoza and fried chicken. So, was the Kintetsu Rail Pass worth it? From a monetary perspective, for us, yes. I mean, a return ticket from Osaka Number Station to Iseshi Station is 5,000 yen, which already covers the price of the 5-day pass. And then for an extra 1,800 yen, you could get the Plus plan for unlimited buses, which is about 2 and a bit rides. And I think we rode 3. So the rest of it, and for the other 3 days of the pass, we basically had free transport with Kintetsu. From a logistics perspective, it just made life so much easier knowing we could jump on as many buses and trains as we needed to. Some parts that I mentioned took time to wrap our heads around, like the difference between a local and a limited express train, but hopefully my explanation made sense. If you would like to plan your own trip to IseShima, you can use the IseShima Tourism Guide website for helpful information, including access info and model courses. Thanks for watching!